So, Joe, with a little bit of these myths behind it, how can we combat the myth that Black people aren't financially stable enough to own homes? And, you talked about the systematic barriers. So, how do those barriers keep us from owning homes?
Yeah, I mean, it becomes financial trauma. Actually, you know what I mean. Like I told you, like I was taken advantage of in my early 20s through some predatory lending by somebody I knew and trusted. So that became a traumatic thing for me, and my relationship with home ownership got fractured for a while. You know what I mean? So you're talking about how to overcome. How does this happen? That's how it happens. We have financial trauma in our community, and what we're not doing, or what we need to do maybe is talk about reframing home ownership, as a journey, not like the benchmark. It's not, I got a home, I made it. That's not what it is. It's a relationship with your values. And that's not just home ownership, that's success in general. Do you have a relationship with your values that helps you make decisions based on how you actually want to live and not how your trauma dictates, your decisions? Are you buying a home because you were homeless? Or are you buying a home because it's actually a great financial decision for you and it makes sense? So, part of what we need to do, and I'm always, I'm a therapist, so I'm always gonna hover around this type of stuff. But we got to release that shame around renting or co-living or delaying your purchase. Sometimes it's just not the time because we're rushing into situations that we're not ready for, and we're not finding the good resources, or the thing like all this stuff you just mentioned a second ago, Lala. I'm guaranteed. I've never heard any of that. I'm guaranteeing a lot of people have never heard any of that. But all these opportunities to get help with purchasing a home, and you don't know about them because your trauma is making you rush into situations that you're not ready for. So that financial trauma, we gotta partner with culturally competent financial advisors who can help us understand what are we doing. We're identifying these beliefs that you just spoke of, and helping us lift some of that anxiety, and we can set realistic goals that align with our emotions and our values. And then money and mental health go hand in hand. You know,
Mhm.
they go hand in hand. So having conversations around that will put us in a position where we're not stressing ourselves out in
Mhm.
purchasing situations. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do.